I also realized that I almost forgot to start the recording, which would have been really fucking tragic. But either way, we have the ground loop isolator. It's gotten rid of the buzz, and that's all I care about. Oh my god. I just have to be really careful. All right, we already tweeted out that we're going live, that we're switching to Phoenix Wright. I am sitting lower than normal, but fine, whatever. It's fuck it. I don't care. All right, so, ooh, that's 11. There we go. Yeah, cool. I remember how to do this shit. I remember sort of what I'm doing. I'm a real streamer. All right, so while I'm at it, I think they actually added. Wow. Okay, I was worried about it degrading the sound quality. So I bought the 3 costumes. All right, so just to show you, well, I didn't buy them. These were free costumes that came out. I think they're under $1 now. You can get Le Tigre. You can get Apollo in, you know, standard school uniform shenanigans. And then Athena can be in a classic for the Phoenix Wright series. I think they added DLC, right? I want to take a look at this real quick while we're sitting here not doing anything. You gonna do stuff? Yeah. That audio cable's super sensitive now. Oh. Okay, fine. We won't look at the DLCs for right now then. Let us continue. All right, recording is go. And I'll even pull up the VODs tab to confirm that I have it going. Yeah. All right, cool. We in there. I want to make sure that we're not missing the VOD because I'll be serious. Like, I'll be just fucking pissed if I have to pull it off Twitch. Twitch is subject to the whims of the internet, and if it buffers at all, you get buffering in the stream. Here, you get no buffering. This is pure raw recorded right before it even goes out. So, all right. So to summarize what had just happened, for anybody who missed part of last stream, we were able to prove that Bonnie was underneath the stage and on the stage at the same time. Because it turns out Bonnie is a identical twin to Betty, who are both magicians. I think it was Betty was underneath the stage and Bonnie was on top of the stage. Which is why they know things that they shouldn't even though they should, and all of that other shit. I mean, I'm not touching a button bit because I have this cranked as high as it'll go. Cannot hear a goddamn thing. This ground loop isolator was so good and it was so cheap. Whew, that was hairy. I actually tried to remember how much this thing cost because it did not cost that much. It was $9 to fix the buzzing. That's all it took. It's perfect. I love that thing. I just have to be really careful about touching the audio cable right now. Because that thing is sensitive. Tell me about it. We just barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. Can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor's son Marty either. You know, with the way he says, let it go and move on. As if it's nothing? Let it go and move on, huh? Whoa, boy, am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? What the fuck? Why the fuck are you in my section? Literally, why the fuck are you in my section? Get the fuck out. No. No, we're not talking. No. No. Just leave. Leave, motherfucker. Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Keep making that face, champ. And everybody's gonna change the channel. Well, maybe that's what I want. You don't get no ratings. You leave us the fuck alone. Look this way, Trucy. Now, smile for the camera. See those pearly whites? Isn't that what the Grammar Creed always tells you to do? How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grammar? Can I just punch this dick? Bailiff! Bailiff! You in the back? Yes, you. I'm looking at you, sir. Can you throw him out? He's not with us. I don't know how he got back here. Sweet and sour baby. Jesus, get the fuck out of here. Go away, you creep! Oh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. Looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Yes, Athena, please, do. Get either of them. There are two of them back there. Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera. I fucking... We're gonna have... There's some shit that's gonna come up in this case. It's gonna explain that. And I have an idea what it's gonna be. So... We're gonna deal with it in a second here. Huh? What happened to the camera? It just disappeared right before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I'll put a call out for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier. Or I put a call out for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. He called in some of Trucy's fans? But for what purpose? Apollo? That thing Mr. Reds just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that? I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills. No way. But I thought he said all magicians were a bunch of good-for-nothings. Mr. Lawyer? Oh. It's Bonnie. Can I help you with something? Well, there's something that's been bothering me. Really? What's bothering you? Well, you see... Hey, dummy, what are you whispering to Lobster Boy about? But Betty? Who the heck do you think you are? You crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me first before you say anything, you harebrain. Oh, there's the pun starting to roll in. But I... Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny, and come with me now. Well, they're not cats, so that doesn't work. I wonder what was bothering her. There's no way we're finding that out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that. Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying? Yes, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Retinas has up his sleeve. I gotta look up his name after this case, because I want to understand... I mean, I guess it sort of refers to the camera, but I'm wondering if there's not something else there. I kind of doubt he's bringing in actual fans. Yeah, probably not. I don't think so. Doesn't make sense for him to bring in supporters for Trucy. I wonder what he has up his sleeve, too. He better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. There we go. I'm a little higher than I should be, but fuck it, whatever. You're Trucy, right? And you'll be fine. Oh. There goes Apollo with his best trick. That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself that I'm fine. Alright, I'll give it a try. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I can shout this much. I got drinks with me. I guess my voice will be fine. I'm Trucy Wright, and I'm fine. Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now. Atta girl. Good luck up there on the stand. You'll do great. Thanks. I'll be fine. I can do this. Where in the fuck is this piece of the fucking stand? I'm trying to move it forward because it's like here you guys don't get as good of audio quality with my voice compared to here because the mic is in front of me. So. Alright, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. If our favorite witness is going to be in the stand, then I know where this is going. April 28th. District Court. Courtroom number 10? 6. 1. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand. Trucy Wright, magician. Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch. Throw the murderer in jail. The last member of that criminal troupe. Murder on the stage. I see what he did. Order! The gallery will be quiet, or I will have you all thrown out on the spot. What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're all fans that Mr. Retton has invited. What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not gonna psych us out. Simple as that. Now then, Mrs. Wright. This court would like to hear if you know... This court would like to hear... Words. This court would like to know if you switched the steel sword with to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue. He's just gonna try and trick us again with their magic. Judge, can you kick these fuckers out? This is not... Silence! All of you! I won't tell you again! Mrs. Wright, do you feel able to testify? Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor. Trucy, I knew she shouldn't have... I shouldn't have let her go through with this. I'd like to make a small request. How about, instead of testifying with words, I'll show you exactly what happened. Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourself. What? That's not... Okay, sure, fine, we can do this, that's fine. We'll make that work. In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Our Trucy's amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following True Grammarly's creed even now. She really is something else. It's showtime for magical girl Trucy Wright. Now watch carefully, everybody. I'm not gonna like finding problems with this. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Let me demonstrate just how sharp this blade actually is. Nice and sharp. See that? No tricks, no gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take the sword and... Presto Sordo. There. I switched it. And now... Yep. As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber. What the fuck? Bravo, Mrs. Wright. Wow, she actually switched them in a flash. I couldn't see her do it at all. She's completely turned the room around. Good job, Trucy. Look at that. Getting the crowd on her side. That's always nice. The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering. Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Mrs. Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us, if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know. I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show. So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain? Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. As for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you, now would I? Cheeky girl. Oh, that's our Trucy. Yeah, still. This is right. That part where you spun around. That's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right? Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in the court. That's funny. I think I found it. Excuse me, what? I actually forgot he was in the room. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there. Now that I've found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. I don't even fucking see it. Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous magic. I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination, Judge. Please. Judge Plez. Alright. I gotta press everything because I don't know what I'm looking for here. Please be careful, Mrs. Wright. I would actually have commented on them being accurate if they had kept the podium that's underneath that she's standing on right now away. Like if it wasn't part of this shot when she was doing this, that would have definitely been nice. Don't worry, I've practiced this trick 1,000 times. That's right, Apollo. You have to give Trucy some credit. She knows what she's doing. I know. It still makes me nervous every time. But that's what magic is all about. A truly great magician can make her audience experience all kinds of thrills and chills. What the fuck? Hang on. What the fuck is pinging me right now? Why did you show up? What? Hangouts, please. Not now. I guess you're right. I'm not trying to interrupt her too much while she's doing the trick. I don't want to distract her or break her concentration. Now, ladies and gentlemen, back to the enticing world of magic. Oh, do you have some salty games, man? Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade is. Okay, so... Mrs. Wright! Please don't swing that big dangerous thing around. Somebody could get hurt! Apollo? Please don't shout when I'm swinging said blade around. Somebody could get hurt. Yeah, sorry about that. Can't help myself. Really? Like, they're just like... So one person did one thing wrong and they shit on them for the rest of the game? Is that what we're talking about here? Because I hate that shit. I really do. It's so frustrating to deal with. You should know better than to talk to me when I'm on stage. Mr. Justice, I'll see you in my chambers after court is adjourned. Oh, I don't suppose somebody could make me disappear before that happens. Let's just watch quietly, shall we, Apollo? You know, if you have 30 seconds to type a comment, you have 30 seconds to be laning, you have 30 seconds to be harassing, you have 30 seconds to do anything else you could be doing in a game of HOTS. Typing literally means nothing. I mean, you can sort of get away with that in certain comps, but that's not Abathur's main strength. Like, Literally. Fuck you, buddy. If you're gonna, if that guy's gonna sit there in spawn and not, excuse me, and not like do anything to help the rest of his team, well, fuck him. And now back to the show. By the way, roleplay man. I'm actually trying to think if there's a way to do this. I can't get it any louder, but listen. No hum, right? No noise. Because I got it fixed. Hold it! So it's definitely a real sword, right? Now, Apollo. I know you're excited, but you have to control yourself. Mr. Justice, if you needlessly interrupt this wonderful magic show again, I will be forced to bring my real gavel down on your head. Judge, I'm sorry, but I want to talk about stuff. The judge kind of seems completely taken in by Trucy's magic. Yeah, it's like she's cast a magic spell over him. I better not interrupt her anymore. There's no telling what the judge might do to me. Mrs. Wright, please ignore any further outbursts from Mr. Justice and proceed with your spectacular trick. Alright, here I go then. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take the sword and... Is the inconsistency later on when she's... I'm not seeing what Apollo is seeing. Okay, I'm gonna laugh if the judge actually penalizes me for this, but we're doing it. Yes! Slam. Slam a jam. Oops. I did it again. I've had enough to hear, Apollo. Can't you listen quietly like a big boy? Sorry. Think about that. I got a little too worked up. Apollo. Now, boys and girls, watch carefully and please don't kick the seat in front of you. I'm gonna take the sword and... I don't... Hold it! What is... So you switched the swords when you spun around just now. That's right. Same way I do the trick in the actual magic show too. But I'm also doing a lot of extra things that I don't do during the show right now though. Key point is the sword switching. If we can only prove she did it during the actual show too. Right. Prove that she switched them during the show. I know what Apollo's thinking. I know what he's thinking, and it's not good. Because I don't remember her spinning during the actual act. That's what I thought. What's the matter, Apollo? You're in trouble. Oh, it's nothing. Uh-oh, this is quite the pickle. How should I go about handling this? This is right. Please continue with your trick. So you've all just witnessed me switching the swords. And now, yep. Watch out! Ah! What do you think you're doing, Apollo? This is actually really good, all this interruption. But you were putting yourself in danger. You couldn't just stand by and not say something. Mr. Justice, you're putting your head in danger of meeting my gavel. Apollo, better apologize before you can become this case's next victim. I'm very sorry, everyone. How the hell did it come to this? Alright, boys and girls. If you want to ask for an encore, wait until the end, okay? Now then, my sword was sharp as steel just moments ago, but... as you can see, blade is not steel, but rubber.
Hold it!
Alright. Wow, that's incredible! When in the world did you switch them? Huh? But I explained it once already. Could you show it to me again? Sure. But remember, a magician doesn't usually share her secrets. This is a very special exception. And I'm very grateful for your generosity. Believe me. I better take a good, hard look at the inches she switches the swords. Yeah, I still can't see her do it either, so... yeah, me too, but... did you notice anything about the way Trucy moved during the trick? I mean, like her movements? I don't get it. It's the real story, Trucy. Why in the world are we doing it this way? I don't know what they're trying to get me to show. How? What are they trying to get me to fucking show here? Is it the skit? Is it the actual, like, footage where she doesn't twirl? Alright, because I don't want to go through repressing all of those. Not that I think it matters in this instance, but I usually like to repress all of them. Or like to press all of them. I don't know what this is actually going to mean.
Objection!
Yeah, I thought so. This is right. There's something I'd like to confirm with you. What is it, Apollo? There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage. What? But that can't be. I performed it exactly the same way both times. Then what's going on here? This is right. I have the show footage right here. And the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it. What? But I did it. I wish there was a way to fast forward this. I mean, we see her... let me see here. So she does this. Was there a blip? Okay, did you guys see that? I don't want to go through it again necessarily, but it almost looked like there was a small cut right there. I got 30 seconds. We can do this. Tacos, we have come in. Trucy has taken the stand, and the way she's defending herself is by re-showing the sword swapping trick. So I'm looking at something. By the way, how you doing, Tacos? Alright, Pay very close attention to the moment real close. It's like right here. See how there's like a little freeze and a little stutter? Right there? I'm wondering if the footage we got wasn't cut. What? But I did it. So, it really is the exact moment you it really is the exact moment you switch the swords? Yes, that's right. I knew it. This isn't good. It was like, for a frame, there's a stutter. And it makes me think the footage is edited. Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused lie for me. Mr. Justice, does this mean you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show? No, Your Honor. That wasn't my intention. I mean, I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it. Human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I'm afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false. But... Now that it's been proven that the accused did not swap the swords... What? It shouldn't. It doesn't on my dashboard. Alright, let me open the channel up real quick. No, I've actually, like, I just went to my own channel, and I've still got it there, so... I don't know what's going on your end. You might have to refresh, or, well, don't worry about refreshing. I've changed it to Phoenix Wright on my end, so... It does still show up like that in... Alright, hang on, let me see here. Let me go in an incognito window so it doesn't know it's me. No, like I've got it. I don't know. Oh, see, there it goes. It just switched in my own Twitch, in my own chat thing. So I don't know. Maybe it took a while for Twitch to repopulate that out everywhere, but I think we're good at this point. It means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Reyes' death was not an accident, but murder? I assume that you have no objections to that still? It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense has an objection to you, Mr. Apollo Justice. I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you pointed out now. But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something, I'm sure of it. Would the defense kindly save their spat until after the court is adjourned? Now, after all of this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defense knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin, which we can, I'm fairly certain we can fucking prove that that didn't happen. Yeah, it's weird. It might have just taken it a bit to swap over to Phoenix Wright. I don't know what happened there. It's very strange. Cause like my chat bot, which I can swap my game over on the is okay. My dashboard showed it was okay, and my channel, both when I'm signed in and when I'm not signed in, all show Phoenix Wright. So maybe it just didn't populate properly for you or something. I don't know. It's very, very weird. Twitch does this shit every once in a while. So, but it's good now. I think we're fine now. Everything's good. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage. Through her actions, I'm afraid I have come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions. It is such a shame. But I did switch the swords, I swear. You're knee-deep in it now, Justice. I have the things to prove this is okay. Hold it. Who is... Oh, Bonnie. Excuse me. Let's see. You are... Which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Bonnie? It's Bonnie. You were mixing the two names together, Your Honor. Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie? Dude, man, you gotta, like... The salt factory kicks in. And you gotta take, like, a 10-minute break and just be like, go desaltify. Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify. About what? The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mr. Rios. Bonnie? Hey! What's the big idea? Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician? Would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? Keep your trap shut. I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down. Bonnie is gonna smack the shit out of her in a second. No, I won't be quiet. What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me? Trucy said something to me once. Huh? She said, no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about. Isn't that right, Trucy? Probably said that. Yeah, having people drop in your games is never fun. Shit sucks. It sucks ass. That's right, Bonnie. I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty. Afraid to defy her. So I did what she said. But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength. You're just gonna try and trick us with magic. Convict her already! Death penalty! Yeah. I'd like to make a small request. How about, instead of testifying with words, I'll show you exactly what happened. Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can all witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves. Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything, she's just incredible. So I'm not gonna run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm gonna be brave. What have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You practically brainwashed her. It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart. Yep. Trucy is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the top of your testimony related to the thing that was bothering you earlier? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess? Yes. Ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something's off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage. What do you mean by that, Bonnie? I wonder if what was shown on the TV is really the same as what happened on stage. Of course it is. The show has only been performed once, after all. Yeah, if you're in and out for a long time, catching back up is a little annoying. It's not like in some of the other like MOBAs where if you if you drop out for a bit, you can come back in and it's okay. It's not like that with hot, or it is like that. It's, well, no, I got that backwards. You can drop in and come back in HOTS and it's okay because you're not behind in levels. You're probably behind in map objectives because there's been a power play for as long as there has. No, that's not what we're talking about. But it's along the same lines, at least. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday. Objection! But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage. But what can we check again? What can we check it against? Do you have something other? Do you have some other footage of the show? Well, I have some show footage. Really? You do? One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then afterwards, he gave me the footage as he shot as a present. He did? To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy. So I was going to get rid of it. But please submit that footage to the court. Oh boy, here we go. Now then, let's take a look at this new footage. Oh, it's gotta be the creeper shots, doesn't it? We're gonna see the sword swing out, aren't we? Come on. Show me what I want. Wait a minute. Wow. Okay then. Yeah. He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he? I think the cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Well, defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting? Of course I do. Okay. So how are we going to go about this? Let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them. Inconsistency, huh? Yes. The two pieces of footage are the same scene, so they should match up. But Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage. So if we can figure out what's different between the two, we'll know what Bonnie found strange. Exactly. Plus, we can figure out why the original show doesn't match. The original doesn't show the sword switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of footages. Very well. I'm going to allow this. What a waste of time. Hello? Do you know how to compare two pieces of the footage? No, I've never done this before. I'll give you a little lesson then. Use the buttons on the bottom screen to operate the playback. When you want to speed through, touch the fast forward button. And if you want to go back, touch the rewind button. If you want to halt the playback, you can hit the pause button. Oh, and by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you can do a slow frame-by-frame playback. Okay. So how do I switch between the two videos? Just touch the camera button at the top left. Now, you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor over what's different, and present it to the court. Thanks, Athena. You really know your stuff about this shit. Not really. Just gave it some gusto. And just went with my gut for myself. Oh my god. Really? That was an actually really good explanation, and she just said, fuck it, I'm gonna make this up. Anyway, let's give it a try. Alright. Alright, so we are in... I want to get to... here. And then we swap to here. I know what I'm looking for. Wow, that's actually really frustrating. Where is it? I know we saw it a second ago. Jesus, frame by frame is so frustrating. This is it right here. Take a good look at this scene. Oh, wait, did we actually get... oh! The playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front? Hey, you're right. What's going on here? This is right. Can you tell us about these playing cards? Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword switching trick. What? What? Mr. Justice, what does this mean? Or does this mean... Yes, it means that the sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited. Fucking called that shit. I saw that blip. As soon as she's like, she did it and it wasn't there, I'm like, wait a minute, hang on. I didn't see this before because I wasn't looking for it. But it's there. Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd. Well... we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff! The TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out. Yes, Your Honor. Oh. Fuckhead comes to the stage. It's you. Now, hold up, Your Honor. This is all a big misunderstanding, believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers. And who might you be? Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here's my business card. Charmed to meet your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, well, how very polite of you. It's lovely to meet you, too, Prosecutor Sadmati. Please, take my card. A business card? Ah, yes. I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. I've even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crack-a-lackin', homie? See, I have some theories about it, Tacos, but I can't go look up to confirm them because I don't want to spoil something for myself that the game hasn't confirmed yet. I don't know. It's something, but I'll look it up after the case and we'll figure it out. Oh, so you're from Take-Two TV, are you? You're from Take-Two TV, are you, witness? Well, okay, so his name is sort of a two-part thing. It's sort of like a combination of like Roger Rabbit, since we're dealing with bunny rabbits on one end, and the other one, Rettins, is sort of talking about like, is sort of like smushing of like retina lens or lens, which is referring to the camera part, but that seems almost too obvious. It's one of those things that maybe once we get a little further in the case and we start to break his ass down, we might actually get it. Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before. Yes, Roger Reddens, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He's a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He's best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby." Oh my! So you're the Ratings Raja. Hang loose, Judge baby. Nice courtroom you got here. I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. But Prosecutor Satmati, how do you know so much about him? In preparation for this case, I watched all of his shows. I found the Ratings Raja Goes to Burger Barn of particular interest. It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. What? You went to Burger Barn? Who would have thought? Okay, so roleplay. To explain what happened, basically, we were able to prove that the footage that was originally submitted by the TV station, specifically by this fucker, was edited. Trucy during the twirl, where she would swap the sword, was specifically edited out of the footage we were given. And it was only because the one guy had footage where you could see the cards going out, and Trucy's like, yeah, I throw the cards when I do the swap. I just don't have them with me right now. And then we were like, well, okay, send someone to the fucking TV station and get them to check the footage originally over there, because they might still have the original version of it before it was edited and handed over. And that's when he's like, whoa, man, why don't you give me a chance to, defend myself. And that's where we run from there. You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Because that's the view. Because that's the line. Whew. Compared to my ascetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwest Burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers. I wonder if like in the Japanese game, this is ramen as well. I wonder if they kept the ramen to burgers flip for the English translation for us. I really wonder if they did, because that would make me very happy. Burgers. Burgers. Ahem. Prosecutor Sadmati's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside, Mr. Rettens, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned? Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You get your hands on it anyways. I might as well show you the unedited footage. Oh, he's got the unedited footage. I gotta imagine Maya brought the burger cuisine to the Korean, country. I got to imagine. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled. Why don't I trust you? Did you see that part? Did you see the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around and the playing cards go flying. Like everything's like it's supposed to be. Then it seems the defendant really did swap the swords during the trick. Which means the sword Mrs. Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Mrs. Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Rios. Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Trucy definitely did swap the swords, as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Rios when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. You're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script. See? I have an idea, and it makes sense. That actually kind of confirms something if that's the case. I have an idea. If that's true, When and how do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down. I don't have a good hipster voice. Kind of want to turn him into a surfer bro, but I don't have a good voice for that either. I say no, that's going to be southern. I say Trucy murdered Mr. Rias when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon and nobody'd be the wiser. Like, I'm trying to think of a good way to do a surfer voice in my head, and I'm just not thinking of it. I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion. You bet. Plus, there's a suspicious looking shadow in the footage too. It's towards the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. Might be easier just to see it for yourselves. Shoop. Could have that southern drawl. I can see that. If I could get a good hipster voice going for him, perfect hipster. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch. But look here. This suspicious shadow must be true. No, it's not. I can prove it's not, motherfucker. No, it's not Mr. Hat. It's not. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. Yeah, I can't do posh either. Like, I haven't thought in my head how I make myself sound posh, so we're just gonna roll with what I got. That's definitely not Trucy. And it's not Mr. Hat either. I can explain who it is in a second when they ask me to. Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way. It does look that way, but it's not. This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all. Aren't we forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage? You see? There's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I've always wanted to give it a shot. That would be fine with me. Prosecutor Sadmati, what about you? This is quite unexpected. He threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say, dude. Is that what he said? Did he? No, that's the wrong button. We want that one. Oh, you're gonna like what I got to say. Promise. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed. All right. With Prosecutor Sadmati's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Rettens. Roger Rettens, the ratings Raja. Now, Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, lawyer viewers. Footage is meant to be edited, I tell you. Scenes are spliced together, and long or boring scenes are cut out. All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage? I don't think we do. I'm almost certain we're not going to have anything for this, so we're going to have to like press everything and then we'll go to a different statement, or he's going to say something in one of those statements that'll let me just pin him to the fucking walls. I see. So you were saying it was a coincidence that the sword swapping scene was cut. That's right. I'm glad you got the picture. It's not that way. Coincidence? It's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Ooh, an objection. How cool. Sure packs a lot more punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle. Don't worry, buddy. I'm gonna be ejecting to a bunch of your shit in a second, so get that camera ready. My objection is not for your entertainment. Even though you just did it again, Apollo. Apollo, please. And cut. There. I got some good stuff here. Mr. Rettens, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Whoops. My bad, Judge. And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during its cross-examination. Oh, we are gonna do it. I have a bunch of different ways I can go. It sort of depends on what they let me work with. Alright. Just so we don't have to go through all of that again if somehow I make 3 mistakes. We'll go in and save. Hold it! Alright, let's start pressing everything and see what we get. Really? I never heard anybody say that. It's common knowledge in the TV world, man. Whoosh. You got any idea what a snooze cruise it'd be to watch a magic show without editing? A magic show like that one, anyway. There's that like, hatred towards Troop Grammary perking its head up again. And I think I know why. That was ice cold. Anyway, editing is what makes TV worth watching. Hold it! Alright, so let's press here and see what we get. Are you saying that you thought there were boring scenes in Mrs. Wright's magic show? You gotta ask? That script and presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor. Broadcasting that mess as is would have been a complete disaster. That's why I had to edit the footage. It's just what a TV man does. What didn't you like about the show exactly? Like, wait, why about what? Why about which thing? I'm not actually sure which thing you're talking about. The whole thing. It was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you just don't get it. But a show's only as good as how loud, flashy, and trashy it is. It was plenty loud and flashy on its own. All you did was add the trash. Oh! That? Do you want me to present my theory to you guys? Like, I'll leave this up to you guys. If you want me to tell you my theory about it, I'll give you my theory. I don't know if it's right because I haven't got anything to really confirm it, but I have a few things that point to something we've been told not being quite right. So, if you want, I'll tell you about it. But I don't want you to start thinking outside of your bounds if you don't want to. I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things. Just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on evidence and testimony. Exactly. Whether it's showbiz or the legal biz, we do what we gotta do to get the job done. Alright, so here's the theory. We're coming up here because I'm talking about it. The theory is that Mr. Rettens here is actually Mr. Rios. He's the original. He is the original Mr. Rios. And he got into some nasty fucking accident which caused the scar on his arm. Note, this man right here, you never see him not without long sleeves, which is covering the spot where the scar is. And the only footage we've seen of Mr. Rios outside and alive doesn't have the scars. So I'm thinking he's got a grudge against Troop Grammary because he got injured and got kicked out of the troop. Oh, it actually does kind of look like the judge. Hang on, let me. But I'll even move this out of the way. You can see it's got it's got like take this underneath it and everything. It does have the bald head and the right beard and everything. But yeah, that's my theory. I don't know if it's right. I don't necessarily have all of the evidence to prove it, but I have a few things that is like you've got this sort of interleaving chain of evidence, and his behavior fits like into the slot that connects a lot of things together. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, editing footage is just a matter of course in the TV industry.
Hold it!
It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get the distinct impression that you bear feelings of ill will towards Troop Grammary. Huh? What makes you say that? Things that you've said yourself. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those Grammy magicians are all a bunch of lowlifes. And I also get the impression that you felt this way for a long time. Yeah, that's actually something that's kind of objectionable, Apollo. You're sort of putting words in people's heads at this point. Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways. For example, I thought I'd bear the defense no ill will. I would not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lout of a lawyer. You bear me no ill will? You could have fooled me. Yeah, he's, it's come up multiple times how much he doesn't like Troop Grammary. And yet, it is the truth. I am only strict on you as it seems you have strayed from the path. If you have any objections, Mr. Justice, please make your case with evidence in the future. Mr. Rettens, please continue your testimony. I understand where Sadmati is coming from. He is all about the path to enlightenment. And he's never been wrong about the path to enlightenment before, because he's never had to do good cases in this country before, so.
Hold it!
Alright, let's see what we got here. Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword stitching trick? That seems like too much of a coincidence to me. Oh, so now you're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, big shot? It's hard being the boss, kid. You gotta make tough choices, like which content gets cut. But let me ask you this. Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case? You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about artistic vision. I tell you, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it. I may not know TV, but I know evidence law, and boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show you that your selective editing was intentional. Yeah. Excuse me, what? It's got to be this, right? There's no other thing that it could be. Take this?
Take that!
But that's not a thing. Huh. That thing? What could that possibly prove? Take a good look right here. Let me agree that it puts you in a bad light. But looking bad and having evil intentions are two entirely different things. Look at me, for example. I'm not evil, but I am a bit of a bad boy. Oh, if I could be a bad boy myself. But bad lawyers get penalties for presenting bad evidence. Well, fuck me. Yeah, that was my bad. Look, I didn't mean anything by it. It was just a coincidence I edited out the scene. It's just a prank, brah. Just a prank. Alright. Did we already press this one? Or just bring us back? Like, I'm not sure. The contract? If this is a situation where I didn't have the evidence already, they would give me the option to back out. Alright, Really? This? Okay, if this is right, I guess we're bringing this out now. Take that!
Take that!
Huh? What's that you got there? This is the contract you had Mrs. Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take-Two TV, and the second party, Mrs. Wright, reads... If, through fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party. $3 million? What the fuck? I didn't think this evidence would come out here now, but sure. That's a completely unreasonable sum. I couldn't agree more. And of course, Mrs. Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Rettens had her sign this unreasonable contract anyways. More accurately, he conned her into signing it. Conned her? How did he do that? I really didn't think we were going to be bringing this up in this way. But sure. There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Mrs. Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents. Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way. For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff. Just because Trucy and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her. But $3 million? That's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, Mr. Rettens. Yeah. Alright. Like, seriously. Yeah, no. We've had that evidence for a while, and I thought it was going to come up in a different order.
Hold it!
Oh boy, here we go. This clipboard is yours, though, isn't it, Mr. Rettens? Well, it belongs to the TV station anyway. That much I know. Maybe it was an old prop from one of our TV shows that got used by mistake. Or maybe you used it on purpose to con Mrs. Wright.
Objection!
Mr. Rettens has already stated that he did not. Mr. Justice, please do not use this trial to get out of paying your agency's debt. That's not what I'm doing here! Proof that Mr. Rettens is connected to the carbon paper, huh? If Trucy's signature was copied onto the fake contract, there must be an original contract that Trucy actually did sign. True. But I bet Mr. Rettens is too savvy to leave something like that behind as evidence. What if her signature was copied onto more than just a fake contract? I see where this is going. I see where this is going. Like a third document with Tracy's signature on it? Have we seen anything like that, though? Oh, we have. Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Let me continue my testimony. Oh, yeah, but we don't have any proof. That's why our agency's under seizure right now. True. Or do we? We do. I just thought it was in a different part of the testimony. Take that! Objection! Oh, that's an objection. Motherfucker. I was doing good with this shit yesterday. I was calling them right yesterday. And now I just can't get them right. You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you can con a lawyer, then you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster? I'd like you to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Now let's compare that signature to the one on this contract. It is literally an exact copy. You could like I think there's a way to like sort of like press a regular piece of paper down and etch across it and you can see what's been signed on there. Well, would you look at that? They're exactly the same. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in the exact same way twice, unless it's a copy. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they are definitively proof of your malicious intent. Or they definitively prove your malicious intent. Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you. This is really getting interesting now. Now I'll get great ratings for sure. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Rettens. The fact that you bear ill will against my client. The show footage was definitely edited with malicious intent. Isn't that right? Objection. Actually, I wonder if it shows... Well, okay. I thought it used to show, like, on the bottom screen, sort of, like, up at the top when you were about to present evidence like that. But I might just be remembering it wrong. Well, we might check again. What a forced argument, defense. All you have really proven is not his ill will, but towards Miss Wright, but his peculiarity? We'll go with that. Pecuniary greed. That's right. I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar. That's all. After all, I've never even crossed paths with Trucy before this magic show. So I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right? You didn't bear her any ill will, huh? Fat chance. This guy's definitely got some major hate on for Trucy. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. Also, well, since I want to do this, because I do this every once in a while, what the fuck? Why are you, what? You fucking what? Wait, what? Do I have two chat windows open? Hang on. Did my chat just disappear? Oh. That's what happened. Okay. Alright, so we get to learn. I trust that that's what that means. But what I want... I want a pronunciation.
Pecuniary.
Pecuniary. There we go. I don't like... I hate mispronouncing people's stuff. Pecuniary. There we go. And then we had to go from that. My chat scrolled way the fuck up, and I didn't notice it did that right away. But yes. I can't prove it with anything, but the things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy's aware of. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Rettens and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them. Hidden connection? What is it now? Just what are you getting at, Mr. Justice? It's futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely, it's just another one of the defense's feckless claims. Objection! We might have something for this one. Actually, we are gonna... That low health is making me a little nervous. You don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my argument, I wish you would take me a whole lot more seriously. Will I really? Very well then. Do proceed. Did you figure something out, Apollo? Nope. Not a thing. What? That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing. Courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training. I hope you know what you're doing. If you're going to make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What is this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Rettens? Wow. Two of those are... One of those is like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But we can prove this one, I'm pretty sure. Got him. That sleight of hand trick Mr. Rettens did during the recess earlier. Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. I thought about it. If I had a little bit more health, I would definitely go for it, but I thought about it. What if, you know, it's kind of an out there theory, but what if he was a magician as well? What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks, not me. Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the way. Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But, by all means, please do continue. As a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey. Yeah, doesn't matter what you say, dimwit. He ain't gonna get it anyways. But we saw Mr. Rettens perform a magic trick. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it would be pretty funny if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor? I know some. If a connection is tenuous as that is all it takes, then every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will towards the accused. I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff? Now, you would do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters of Mount Pony Pony. 3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey. Numbskull for the numbskull. I like it. Well, this numbskull has thick skin, so there. Yeah, he's never been in a court case with the Wright Anything Agency. He's never been in a court case with us. This is par for the course for us. I think I get what they're driving at. Even if he is a magician, it's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy, is it? Hold on. I can think of one person. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician has a reason to grudge. You see, we're getting there. We're going down my logic path. We're getting it. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Troop Gramarye. Oh? No way! Is something wrong, Mr. Justice? Your Honor, the defense wishes to submit evidence at this time. I see. What sort of evidence do you have for us? Evidence that points to the real killer. The one who had motive to commit this crime. What? And what have you come up with this time, defense? Trucy Wright is the sole heir to Troop Gramarye and its name. This puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to the person with the grudge against Mrs. Wright. So, okay, so it only says present. That's how you're supposed to be able to tell. So, take that! And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice? 13 years ago, the great Mr. Rias belonged to Troop Gramarye. But then, the troop ousted him, and Mr. Rias vowed to get revenge on them someday. What better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir? But Mr. Rias is the victim, Mr. Justice! You've named a dead man as your suspect! But is he really dead? What do you mean, is he really dead? If the fact that Mr. Rias is the victim is what's throwing you off, then how about we consider this possibility? Oh my god, how did I never notice that? How the shit did I never notice that? Hang on, let me... Okay, so... You can clearly see... You can clearly see the back of his right arm there, right? Well... Look right there. Do you see his right arm? Oh my fuck. Oh, if you want to know about Mr. Yellow Magician down there, I actually don't remember exactly what happened with him. How did I never spot that, by the way? I've looked at that a couple of different times. How did I never fucking spot that? So, the Yellow Magician, I can actually bring it up so you can have him in frame when we talk about it. The Yellow Magician there is Trucy's uncle, or her like her like step uncle. We don't look like we don't really know what happened to him. All we know is that sort of at the end of the trial, we basically proved that Zach didn't that the guy in the pink didn't actually shoot his master, and then shit went weird from there, and I think he's basically disgraced as a magician. And now that Trucy came out and was officially transferred the rights, he has no bearing on anything. So I think he's just like estranged somewhere. We don't actually know where the fuck he is. What if the man who died on the stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Rias? He does. He does. What? You mean the victim was an imposter? Not Mr. Rias. What about the real Mysterious? It would mean the real Mysterious is still alive. That's absurd. God, I really want to watch one of my favorite casters play through this game at some point, because he's a voice actor and he does amazing voices for everyone. I love the voices that he does. I think I got something right there in my teeth or something. But it's going to be really fun watching him go through this. Mr. Justice! Who is the real Mysterious? Can you make the real Mysterious stand up? Will the real Mysterious please stand up? Please stand up, sir. Please stand up. Mr. Justice, who is the real Mysterious, if not the victim of this case? We've had this logic coming for a while. It's all coming together now. I finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. This should explain everything, Your Honor. The real killer, the one who hated Troop Grammary and wanted to sully its name, and the magician lurking in the shadows who set up a fake Mysterious in his stead. By the way, I had a thought that what if this footage wasn't done at the time? Like, what if it was recorded like well in advance, and then they were trying to use it to fuck with our sense of when he was alive and when he wasn't. But I don't think that's relevant anymore. The real Mysterious is... Actually, okay, so... He's 35. This guy's 30. That's not terribly off. She's 27? Really? I guess it has been a long-ass time. I wanted to be sure. Take that! But that's... Yes. Yes, it is. Roger Rettens is the real Mysterious. What? Him?
Objection.
Oh, hollow red pepper, your impotent seeds sprout naught but meaningless empty words. You cannot possibly have proof to support such an outlandish theory. I got you, bitch! I got you. I have you nailed to the fucking coffin. I can prove it wasn't him, but I'm gonna need a little help from our friend on the stage to prove it's actually him. It's not a bad idea for a soap opera, but not even diehard fans of this genre would stick around past the pilot. You want proof? I got proof. I can prove it by proving that the Mysterious in yesterday's magic show was a fake. And to do that, I just need you to look at this spot on the poster. Get right on the... Okay, fine. Fine. If you want to do it this way, we'll do it this way.
Take that!
That wasn't what I wanted to do, but you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it. This is the injury Mysterious sustained while practicing a magic trick 13 years ago. However, not even the fucking best corrective surgeons in the world can get rid of that. Maybe makeup, but I don't think he seems like the kind of person that would wear makeup. The video the victim shot of himself shows no trace of that injury. Oh my! You're absolutely right! Now, Mr. Rettens, what do you suppose we'd find if we look at your right forearm? Is there by chance a nasty 13-year-old scar underneath that sleeve of yours? Well, Mr. Rettens, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? This is too easy, by the way. This is way too easy. This is not over by a long shot. Come on now. I have nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there because I require no tricks or gimmicks. For you see, my magic is the real deal. Got him! Gotcha, bitch! This. Is this what you were hoping to see? Oh! There it is! There's a scar! Ah! Just as I thought. That's right. I am the forgotten magician, abandoned to the dark under a stage of history. The great Mysterious! Ooh, he's good. This is totally absurd. Ho ho ho! How ironic, wouldn't you say? That this odious mark carved into me by Troop Gramarye would bring me back to the limelight once more. Strange are the karmic threads before me. If this witness is the real Mysterious, then who was the victim that perished in the magic show? He was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. I just want Apollo to turn to him and go, "Where's your god now, prosecutor Sodbody?" just to really fucking drive it home. He said that he'd become a magician out of admiration for the great Mysterious. In confidence, I told him my true identity and let him take on my mantle. And when did this man take over for you? About 2 years ago. I taught him my tricks and even act as his producer. Yeah, and so a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight. Courtesy of my magic, on the stage we call television. Hope you enjoyed the show. You really had us all fooled. Mr. Rettins, or should I say Mysterious, in your hatred of Troop Gramarye, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery. Oh my god, are we doing this? Are we really doing this? And then set up Miss Wright to take the fall, didn't you? You did it all just to tarnish the Gramarye name. Ho ho ho. I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set up the prank. That much is true. But it was simply a harmless joke on Trucy, I assure you. Yet, she learned of the plan and made use of it to commit murder. That's how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of these Gramarye's. Can't prove that, motherfucker. But if it was just a secret prank plan that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one to use it for murder instead? That was actually really fucking impressive, actually. I was like, whoa. Whoa now. Whoa. Just kidding. What the heck was that? See, this is what I don't fucking get. This motherfucker is a talented as fuck magician. And he's just like, oh, I'm not part of the Gramarye troupe? Well, I guess I have to, like, fucking, I don't know, not be a magician anymore? The fuck are you even doing, buddy? Heed my words, lawyer lad, for I fear your grasp on reality is slipping. I do believe I told you that my magic is real. It employs neither tricks nor gimmicks. Enough with the ambiguity already, man. Why don't you just make your point already? Yeah, no. It's a pretty fucking dysfunctional family of people. My alibi is as pristine as ever. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Sadmati? Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi. What? Recall, defense, that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Rettens was at Take-Two TV. A fact that many people can easily attest to. Oh, we gotta start dealing with that now. Ho ho. So what do you think? Jesus, who the fuck is that right now? Yeah, you really just cannot fucking see that. I don't have a good spot on this for that on my fucking follower list. I gotta fix that. But Say the Dead, thank you for that host. How are you doing, man? How's your night going? Where is my followers? I have an idea for where I want to put it. I think there will be fine. Maybe. I don't know. There's not really a good way on this screen to show that. I gotta dig around with it, but that's for later. Ho ho ho. So what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on the matter? Yes. I think you better. Please tell the court more about your alibi. I thought about it. Like, I could have it sort of on the lower half of chat. And now my need to have it sort of fucking balanced in the center of it is kicking in. So that's probably not a bad place for it, because everywhere else is very busy and it's actually very hard to spot. So it's not a bad idea, Tacos. That probably would have... It might have gotten there eventually, but... we'll go with it there. Very well, then. On with the show. Are you watching Magnifique Gramarye? The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. The Gramarye line will be no more. Even though he's a much more of an asshole in this form, I actually like him better than the fucking douchey producer guy. Just damn. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. I was busy working on another program. I could spare no time for the magic show. Do ask my staff if you doubt my claim. And there it is, a simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. Really? Ha! 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 I almost think I should have known that because I took 2 years of Latin in high school and we went over a lot of this shit. But, I mean, I don't recognize a lot of Latin words now. So, whatever. Do you understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident. How could I have committed the murder? His staff did say he was there at the station, so it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi. But that can't be right. If Mr. Rettens is the killer, he'd have to have been in the theater. There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story. I can assure you there are no holes on Mr. Rios' stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. Do enjoy my show to the fullest, and my real alibi. Alright. We're gonna save at the front of this just so, like, checky point things. Alright, let's start pressing and see what we get. But you did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see. My journey took about 10 minutes by car. Can you actually have been at the theater during those 10 minutes? Killing the victim? Allow me to stab at your reading mind. Or stab at reading your... Allow me to take a stab at reading your mind. Aha. Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? How in the... But no. I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver's a big fan of the ratings Raja. I even gave him my card. He gave the driver his card? That's pretty clever of him. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident.
Hold it!
What was this other TV show you were working on? My own special project. You see, one moment. Perhaps this is more appropriate. It's a Ratings Raja special production. Yeah, hang loose, baby. It's called Desperate Regeneration, or Desperation Regeneration. He switched personas just to say that? What's this show about? Washed up, has-been singers and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance at their career. A priceless prize for chumps who washed up too early in life. Sounds great, right? Might I suggest that you appear on that show, Mr. Justice? As an ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly into obscurity. Bitch, you have no idea the bluffs I've had to make in my life. This is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. Not to mention the fact that I've learned from the best of the best in the bluff business. And let the Ratings Raja produce my TV debut? Not in this lifetime. You have great reactions. Who knows? TV might actually be your true calling. Hey, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing the production of this program during the Penrose performance. Oh, I have an idea. I hadn't thought about this until a little bit ago, but I have an idea.
Hold it!
He did already get a TV show. So I heard that they were gonna redub or resub the Phoenix Wright anime, because the first run of it used the Japanese names, the traditional names that everybody knows, or that the Japanese audience knows better. I heard they were gonna resub it to use all of the English names. How do we know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I make it my business to perform solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not? I gotta reposition myself. Apparently, my back is like telling me you are fucking... You're killing yourself, sir. Alright, excuse me for a second while I stand up and sort of readjust things here. In fact, we'll just do this. We'll flip her around. Oh, the cold side. Cold side of the pillow is best pillow. So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? He's the complete opposite of Trucy. There were many people inside there. Excuse me. There were many people there in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him, he could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same. He really has a rock-solid alibi for himself. Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's kind of eerie how perfect it is. Do I even have any evidence of this? Do I have any evidence of what I'm thinking about? I don't think I do. Oh, that's where they got mystery from. Got it, got it, got it. I was like, where the fuck did that even come from? I don't think I have any evidence of this. So we're gonna have to see what they want a little bit later on. Has all been revealed to you now? Also, you can kind of see it. The arm I've got my mic on is slowly starting to drip down, I think. So I probably need to, I might start looking into a replacement one. And there it is. A simple and perfect alibi. Oh, I already read this. I've got it. Do you have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe. Possibly. Again with this twins business? You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row? If you do not believe in defense, why not investigate for yourself? Though, I'm sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched. Twice in one case? That would be bold as fuck. Oh. His alibi really is airtight. Yeah, see, this is... I was like, I don't have any evidence to prove any of this shit. I believe we've heard enough. Well, I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant. There's no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of your head of your honor's head. It is? It's a ghost! Get it off! Get it off! Get it off! The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm. Apollo? Who's just gonna be thrown in prison? And we're gonna be out of a job. But if you catch tasty fishies, will you sell some to me at a good price? What the fuck, Athena? What? I don't understand that phrase. I don't understand where she's going with that, but sure. Whatever, Athena. I told you, I have absolutely zero intention on going off on a tuna boat. What? What? Okay, is this something from earlier in the case that I just fucking forgot about? What the fuck? I don't know. I don't know this one. Thank Justice. You have to just figure this out. Okay, so the teachings of... But like... I understand they still have the $3 million debt. I don't understand why catching fishies is... Well, I don't understand how they're arriving at the reference. Like, I don't get the cross-reference for it. So if he couldn't be at... Okay. Oh, it's a Japanese thing. People go on tuna boats for like... Oh! See? There's the gap in logic that I missed. Thank you, tacos. I legitimately would have just not gotten that. So the question now becomes, how could he have killed the victim from the station? That's, I think, the question we're going to be going to next. I can't find a single flaw. So what now? Ho ho ho. Behold, my never-ending magic show. Oh, fuck. You know what? Now that you mention it, yeah, that did happen or something very similar to that, excuse me, did happen in Onizuka. I also just, don't worry, folks, I am a real lawyer, even though I am not wearing my lawyer's pin at this time. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great mysterious. And stay for my grand illusion until the end of time. Wait. Is he saying that we're still trapped in some sort of illusion of his? That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience see something that isn't really there. In other words, you make us see illusions, right? We call it misdirection. So what is he misdirecting off of? While we keep you believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say that is there really isn't, and what we say isn't there actually is. Could it be? You know what, Mr. Rettens? I guess we have all been spectators to this elaborate illusion you've prepared for us. An illusion that has suddenly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad? Have you got something, Apollo? I just remembered something Trucy said about misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't. And what they say isn't there actually is. We've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Retten's magic. Then maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all of my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to the absolute facts of this case? The sword? If I reevaluate the validity of all of these things, then just maybe. Oh boy. Oh boy. I see where you're going with this game. I'm not letting you do it without me saving first. Athena? There's something uncanny about this case. Okay, what is it? Retten's alibi. It's too perfect. It's true. It's like it's impossible to break no matter how hard we try. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. Where's he going with this? I'm not following. We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi. Oh, I think you get it. He's saying that you're saying he's using misdirection on us, right? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's definitely a possibility. Ahem. Will the defense care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there? Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtains, so to speak. And what's this certain assumption that you're thinking of? It's the one key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time. I think I know where this is going, and we're gonna go with it. Oh, no. Okay, that is not what I thought you were gonna fucking say, Apollo. Okay, hang on. Mr. Retten brought the... No, that's not gonna be it. It can't possibly be that. Fuck, that's not what I thought you were gonna go with this. Were that true, then what about the body you and the witness during the show? That is not what I fucking thought you were gonna say, Apollo. God damn it. Don't you know it's rude to ask how a trick is done, Prosecutor Sadmati? And don't you know it's rude to make far-fetched claims, Mr. Justice? I'll brush up on the courtroom manners 101 again. Just for you, Your Honor. Alright, so the murder could have really only been taking place at the theater, which means... This is the only other way to go back for it. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Retten's perfect alibi would become irrelevant. Objection. He definitely doesn't like that one. How could one person possibly stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, We all saw what appeared to be the culprit's shadow in the footage. Okay, this is actually still going the direction I thought. Because there's still one sword we haven't considered yet. What happened to Mr. Hat's sword?
Objection!
Ah. But couldn't we just as easily assume that the shadow doesn't belong to the culprit? Well, if it's not the culprits, then who is it? I'm not 100% sure yet. But I'm pretty sure on the right track. No, if you were... Okay, so... If you think about it, they talked about the way the plan was supposed to go. Is that it was... The whole act goes down, Trucy stabs, guy falls out, pretends to be dead for a second, and then flies the fuck away. So remember how part of the trick involved Mr. Hat going to the wrong side of the stage? We'll see if we're going that. We'll see if this is the way we're going, because I think it is. We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honor, during the magic show itself. In that case, please point it out to the show. What the fuck? Well, I'm getting desperate with my saves here, people. I don't like that he's making me do this a lot. This is the thing that looks especially similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit. Don't worry, I already know I'm down to my last point. Can I present something? No, I can't present anything from there. Mr. Hat? Is the only thing that makes sense. I guess not. Mr. Justice, how does that even remotely resemble this shadowy figure? See, fuck. This is what I thought. What are they asking me to point out? Huh? What are they asking me to point out on here? Again, this is why I saved. I literally saved right before this because I saw where the fuck they were going with this. I understand what I have to point out because it's his body, but his body isn't shown anywhere on the damn thing. Yeah. Guilty motherfucks. Let's roll back. All right. Where does it let me... Okay, where does it pull me back in at this point? Does it just reload my save? Or does it just give me oh, see, I don't like that. I legitimately don't know what they're asking me to point at. The dragon? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm so confused by this. Nothing that we can see in the footage resembles that. It would be the body if I could see the body in the video, but I can't see the body, so... Can't be the... That doesn't make it fucking sense. Trucy? But that doesn't make any sense either. I'm looking for something similar to the shadow I pointed out. Are they... Are they asking me for this? Fuck me.
Take that!
Are they asking for this? Okay, that's a really horse-assed way to ask me for the same for a shadow we've seen before, not something we're pointing out could also be the shadow. Doesn't this shadowy figure resemble the suspicious shadowy figure? Now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? Miss Wright, could you identify this shadow for the court? Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from when he's being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire. Then, could this shadow shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too? No, that's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there. In other words, the shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. I'm still going to call bullshit on that logic. The logic makes sense. Like, what? It makes sense that, hey, this shadow kind of looks like something we've seen before. Like, either I was reading it wrong, or the way they phrased that question was strange. And, I don't know. One half of one half of the other, something like that. In other words, the second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. Some other figure. I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice. That's right. Come this far, I'll just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand. What is the second shadowy figure shown in this footage?
Take that!
See, like... This is honestly the first time I've run into it where the wording fucks with me. This is the first time. Normally it's not that bad. Normally I can understand where they're going for, but this one just, I couldn't get it. If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there's only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Rias. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery. The victim? Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead, and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Rettens? Oh, are we going there? Are we going that he's only taking advantage of the fact that it was all an accident of circumstance, and that he's taking advantage of the fact of this to just basically shit on the Grammys? Ooh. Okay, hang on. Indeed. And what of it? I contend that that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled up into the air. So you're suggesting that, after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just as the prank script says? Exactly. Couldn't see him go flying up because of the dragon blocking the view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen, is the true piece de resistance of the culprit's murderous magic show. Hurry! Don't tell me. You've got it all figured out? Yeah, I think so. If we could just... So... It almost seems too coincidental for him to be like, well, if I can make Betty... Or... Yeah, Betty swap the position of Mr. Hat to the other side, fucking up the part of the act. He'll fly up and then fly into the... Like, I don't know. This seems a little too coincidental for me, but I'm gonna roll with it because it seems to be the best way to go right now. If we can just look behind Mr. Retton's last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. This must have been pulled up into the catwalk just like Mr. Hat. And the cushioning threw him up there with considerable force. I just have to figure out what else happened up there at that time. Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that? What? What? Okay, hang on a second. Hang on. All right. So the culprit, why did the culprit, the producer guy, make the victim fly up into the air like that? If it was part of the original prank script, it was to hide the body. No. That still doesn't explain how in the world the victim was actually killed. All right, so I have to go with my original logic, which was, yeah. So, all right. Like my original logic was fine. Alright, hit me again, Your Honor. I swear I'll get it right this time. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air? It's gotta be the murderer then. Why did the culprit just have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die, when he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If we can figure out how those two questions relate, the answer should become clear. Could it be? Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still part of the prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled up into the air, after Miss Wright was called backstage and just as the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in the cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or a blade of some sort. What? You mean? Yes, it really was a magical murder. just as the prank script said. Okay, so that makes significantly more sense than what I was thinking of. Like, it's all coincidence that he fucking that he landed on fucking Mr. Hat's sword. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air, straight into a blade there in the catwalk. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. Huh? Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Rettens was at the time of death. That needs to be a bit better of a... I need more breaking. But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Oh shit, we going deep. Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. And Mr. Man of Mystery, it and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up and into the blade in the cushion. Yeah, that's like... I don't like that resolution nearly as much as I would have liked. It is like, oh, he figured out how Mr. Hat would have landed and then specifically moved him over and everything. The cushion was nigh up enough. Well, the cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience view. That's why nobody saw the blade. Mm-hmm. Oh, and that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape. I forgot complete. Do we actually have evidence of that? Should say Mr. Yeah. I completely forgot about that big gash. The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. I completely fucking forgot about that. We didn't have any evidence of that in the court record, so Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up to the cushion. I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told that Trucy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it. You were used, Betty. Roger Rettens used you. I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around. After the incident occurred, Mr. Rettens arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage. But how did he have time to do all of that when the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building? He was able to do all those things after the fact because no one was around to see it. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show? Sounds just like my kind of murder. It sounds just like... Wow, no, sorry. I'm sorry, Judge. That's not what you were intending to say. That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Rettens, who killed the victim. All the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say murder plan, proves your murderous intent. Gregory! Are you really about to shoot my ass down? Are you about to shoot... Really? Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper. You can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. How about not knowing when to let it go and move on? Jesus. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Satmati? You seem to be stressing out a lot right now. No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk. which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Rittens retrieved it after the fact, which we don't have proof that he did it. I will commend the prosecutor for jumping on that. We don't have proof that he did that. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote murder theory. But, without proof, does it not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage? That's where the blood-stained sword was found, after all. That's a very good point. As the only person who could have committed the crime there on the stage, Trucy Wright remains the prime suspect. Fuck. I was like, this is way too easy. It would appear that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time, at least, to let it go and move on. Oh, are you seeing this, Magnifique Grammarier? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The Grammarier name is done for. Hollow? We gotta hit him in the head with this decisive piece of evidence here. I know, that's just what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you or do you not have anything that would make me want to save the game right now? To prove that this witness committed this remote murder you propose? Of course I do, Your Honor. This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right. So theoretically, there should have been no evidence for us to find or use. Which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's got to be something Rittens couldn't have foreseen. Once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. You ready, Mr. Rittens? Because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here. Just some good old-fashioned logic. Oh, here we go. Alright. Okay, this is a little bit of a different form on this one. As long as the magic show happened when it's scripted, the murder would happen without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. Bonnie's mistake. He wasn't planning on Bonnie having to make that mistake. Oh shit, we're going deep! Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. Oh! Wow. Okay, they did this in the last game. Just it was a different way. Mr. Hat was definitely not in the right spot. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of the left. Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one on the show's script. But the culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater. Which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the scene. The coffin! Which side of the... Oh, that's really good. If Trucy's not on the right side, the blood on the coffin's on the wrong side. We never actually saw the blood in the coffin. Thinking that Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put the blood in the left hole. But the blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent, he turned the fucking coffin around. This dirty motherfucker. That's right. The left and the panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the blood stain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. His fingerprints are backwards. There was something unnatural about the coffin, and it's just the evidence I need. Got him. Sorry, Mr. Rettens, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you could have anything of the kind. My magic is real. No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? After the murder, you switched the left and the right sides of the panel of the coffin, didn't you? Ugh. And because you did, you left something very unusual. You left something behind. You left. Bruh. And because you did, you left something behind. Wow, I'm doing it again! And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves that Roger Rettens tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place. Where is my proof of that? Take that! I got you, fucker. The fingerprinting results? What about the fingerprint? What about the fingerprints is unnatural? We got him. Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his print should have looked like this. However, what we found in the coffin was that they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, let's break this motherfucker down. Ah. It is strange, isn't it? But how did they get this way? They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to script. The culprit thought Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin, and that Miss Wright would also pop up on the left side of the coffin, as per the show's script. Then he assumed that she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put the blood on the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. Probably when he went downstairs. He found out that, due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was on the right side of the coffin. And that despite the script, Mrs. Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood on it was on the side opposite of the one that Trucy had used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels. Oh! And that's how the fingerprints in the coffin ended up backwards. Because the culprit switched the two side panels around. The prints ended up facing the opposite direction. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side? That wouldn't have worked. That's not going to work, Your Honor, because of a little something we called luminol testing. Oh, that's right! Luminol! I almost forgot about it! Luminol can detect traces of blood, or trace amounts of blood, even after it's been wiped away, right? That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Rettens? Did a pretty good job of figuring out your trick, didn't I?
Objection!
What could you be freaking out about now? Bitch, what now? Trucy Wright could have done the same just as easily. You have no proof that it was this witness who tampered with the evidence.
Objection!
Ah, but I do have proof. What? A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting blood on the wrong side. Least of all, Miss Wright. who surely would have remembered what side she was on. Oh my! You're absolutely right! You better break that fucking chain of beads, bitch. Or I'm gonna come break it for you. Why, you impudent. I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Sadmati, that your claim that Mrs. Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up anymore. You and the accused... Oh, cut his ass off before he can even start speeching. Right? Really? Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with the ticket there. I think you're the one with the ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl. Yes! Break them beads, bitch! K.O. Prosecutor Sadmati, are you alright? As for the true culprit, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go, but didn't actually see it go, and someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is this bitch. Is you, Roger Rettens. All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been canceled. Permanently. I want to see this breakdown. Break it down for me. I want it. All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true, real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the power of the great Mr. Rias. When is a magic far greater than true grammar? Bitch is going deep. Crumble. Fall to my furious flames. The great Mr. Rias will bring an end to you all. And now, for the final heir to the Grammarier name, right here, right now, you too shall Oh shit, that's me. Fuck! No, this isn't right. Oh. Oh, Jesus. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. Ah! What? Ah! Oh, stop! No! Curse you, Grammarier! That was actually a really good one. Once we started going into fucking metal breakdown mode, I liked it. I was like, where are you going with this? Curse those Grammariers. It's all because of them. Even now, they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss! Do you really hate us that much? Yeah, I figured this is Trucy coming in. Does your hatred run that deep? Part of me thought that he was going to try to pull what Zach pulled a couple of years back in the courtroom, where it's like, haha, you think you've got me, but you don't. Farouche. And then he's gone. And then, like, you would just see, because you can see the courtroom doors in the background, you would just see, like, a bailiff just grab him and walk him back in. Is like, no, we learned how this trick worked a while back. Does your hatred really run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man? You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnifigramy, kicked me out right after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own damned reputation. Or, you know, his family. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But that Magnifi, he took it all away from me. But that's no excuse. It's no reason to do something so evil. Magic is supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder. She is gonna knock his block off. What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me, that's all. I get it now. That attitude towards magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician. Oh, you are getting a verbal smackdown right now. Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If it not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak. You're right. I didn't see through your tricks. You see? So in the end, Troop Gregory was defeated by the great Mr. Rias. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Take that, Gregory. You lose. Good day, sir. If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy, this motherfucker. This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation. He's gonna like, bailiff, take Mr. Rettens away. And bring a fire extinguisher too, just to be safe. I don't blame him. It looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show. It was kind of close, but we just barely made it through that. Yeah, all of Troop Grammary. Huh? Why does Trucy look so down? Miss Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I'm about to announce my verdict. Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer? As I do? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Trucy Wright, not guilty. Confetti. Oh, they actually have it coming from the skylight this time. Nice. He's surprisingly calm. Court is adjourned. Got him. By the way, roleplay. I did notice his beads were actually back. He must have had time to put them back during the breakdown. You should go look at the Yeti for today. They just posted their new shirts. You should go look at the Yeti. April 28th. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy. Oh, Jesus Christ, this woman. Grazie di Dio. Now you can open your show tomorrow just as planned. Yep. And it's all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Rias is gone, I need to find somebody to replace him. Apollo, what are you doing tomorrow? I don't like the way she's looking at me. Trucy, I'm so sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Rettens used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder. But Betty, you have to take some of the blame for this too, you know. Actually, if we really want to think about it, it's Bonnie's safe. Bonnie is the entire reason that Trucy didn't get got. Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither one of you is to blame. The only one wrong in this, the only one in the wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder, Roger Rettens. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. There's the tsundere kicking in. Jesus Christ. It's taking all fucking case, and there we go. I guess she really does hate me. That's not the feeling I get from that. Betty, why? You used to be a huge fan of Trucy's. Hey, shut up. I've always hated her. Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves. Right? Just speak for yourself. But Betty, you still have her autograph from that day. Just shut up. Is she acting that way the whole time because she secretly loves Trucy? Fucking tsunderes, I swear to God. Wow, Trucy. I never knew that being the best could be so tough. Come on, Bonnie, we're leaving. We gotta get ready for tomorrow's show. You're excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? That's not true, so zip it, dummy. Polly, do you think I really am a naive greenhorn? Huh? No, she's not. She's not taking what he said to heart. Oh, we're gonna have to shoot his ass down. I'm gonna save because I'm pretty sure I know what they want me to put here, but we're gonna save it in case because I want to see the end part of it. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, then you would be on your way to prison as we speak. That's not actually the most exact thing, but you're right. I didn't see through your tricks. You see? In the end, Troop Grammar was defeated by the great Mr. Rias. Oh, you... Please do not make me do the laugh again. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy Wright. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Trucy, don't tell me you're taking what Mr. Renton said to heart. Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Apollo, right now, you and Athena, give this girl a hug. God damn it, do it right fucking now. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn. You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you. Huh? You're a wonderful grammar, you magician. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you, Apollo, but what makes you say that? I know you're a wonderful grammar, you magician, because of this. It's gotta be the stage lift. It's gotta be the fact that she busted her ass to make sure the trick still went off right. And nobody even knew the fucking trick was wrong. Take that! That? Oh, I get it. Thank you, Polly. I appreciate it. It's sweet of you to try and cheer me up. Huh? Wait a minute. Did I get... Is that not right? Well, okay then, I guess we're going back. I guess we're going back. I would have thought that that's the evidence they talked about. Maybe it's the notebook, because we didn't present the notebook either. We didn't present the notebook either. All right, so let's skip forward. I want to see this line. It's gotta be the smile. It's the other. It's gotta be this. This is the only other way. My grandfather's notebook? Yeah, okay. That actually does also make sense. I was gonna say you busted your ass to do this, but it's more about the fact that she's not busting her ass to make herself a magician. She's following the creed way harder than a lot of other people. Especially Mr. Rias. The Gramarye Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troop's creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face, and you won the crowd over. You are everything Magnifi could have hoped for in an heir true. You are a great magician, Trucy. A great magician? Me? You really are. That's why. You don't have to worry about Retton said. Oh, Polly. Thank you. Still. Couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I had been up alone up there. But I was able to keep on smiling because of you. Me? I remember what you said to me in the detention center. What did we actually say to her? I don't exactly remember. After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right? Yes. I remember doing it. Then I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy. But how can you say that? We don't have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but I believe in you, Trucy. And I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry. You're going to be fine. I didn't feel like moving the mic. Your words are what kept me going. Hollow, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be. Trucy's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I can make that happen. Oh, hi Emma. How long have you been there? Emma? I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything. Why? Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sadbati what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you, too. You have nothing to apologize for. You were just doing your job. You're too kind. Oh, I don't know about... Huh? Something wrong, Emma? Oh. Hi, friend. Prosecutor Sadmati, what are you doing here? Detective Sky. Yes. I require your forensics expert in order to close this expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. Wait, Prosecutor Sadmati. The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Sure. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me? What? You've really changed, Nahuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff. What happened to you? Oh, lawyer of impure soul, I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious, Nahuta? Mr. Retzins? I guess I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Now, if you excuse me. There he goes. What was that about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Sadmati? Let's just say we're old acquaintances. Acquaintances? Seems like something more than that. Yeah, well... You don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject. I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, Come on, let's forget about the past. Let's celebrate Trucy's future. Sure, if you say so. Hey, it's Mr. Wright. Put him on speakerphone, Apollo. What's up, Mr. Wright? Apollo? How's Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine. Hi, Daddy. I'm okay now. She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. I kind of get that feeling, roleplay man. Like, I'm getting that sort of vibe. It was a great victory for Apollo. Whew. Well, that's a load off my mind. Can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're really a full-fledged lawyer in my eyes now. A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show, so I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you? Of course. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I may be in the show. Shit. Full-fledged, huh? So Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right? No. He just asked me to go cheer you on. No. Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly. The best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought, but good. It's settled. The best seat in the house is clearly the one that's on stage as her assistant. I see where that logic goes. April 29th, Penrose Theater. Stage.
Objection!
I should have known. This is what she meant. Magical girl Trucy Wright will now perform her greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks and gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic. Oh, wait a minute. You're kidding, right? There's a trick or a gimmick, right? I'm too young to die. Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword. No. Wait. Stop. Whoa. No. And that is how Trucy and Grammarly Land ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting scream. What kind of ending is that? Yeah. All right, what's this one called? The Rite of Turnabout. All right, we're gonna save, and then we're gonna see what the intro for the next case is, and go from there. We're gonna save twice because I'm paranoid. All right, let's see what's going on here.
Wakey, 201. Got some more questions. Sound the alarm! Prisoner 201's escaped!
What the fuck?
Well, you know, with Dad's back on the streets, things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on, we're small fries compared to... Huh?
What the fuck? What the fuck am I even getting into with this case? What? Well, that case is going to be weird. All right, let's come up here and let's talk about stuff. So, I want to thank everybody for stopping in and enjoying some Phoenix Wright with me. That was an interesting case. Now, I will have to say something about this. This thing right here is what is gonna make my actual 3DS cast fucking viable. Like they won't be viable otherwise without it. It's a ground loop inhibitor. It's really cool. I love the fact that it only cost me like $6 or like $9 or something to fix it. Maybe less. I don't even remember. It might have been less than that actually. Yeah, I think it was less than that. Either way. Alright. Let's see. Where was I? So, the next cast, if I get the chance to do a cast, will probably be Sunday night. Now, for next week, the schedule's going to be a little different next week. I'll do a Monday cast like normal. I'll do a Tuesday cast like normal. Probably a little early because I might be doing some raiding as well. Excuse me. There will be no Thursday cast because I am going to TwitchCon. I will be out in San Francisco at TwitchCon doing TwitchCon things. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do out there, but I'll be doing things. So there won't be anything there, and then you won't get a cast from me until Monday. I probably won't even have time to do one Monday night when I fly back in. So we'll deal with that there. But yeah, I might try to get an extra Sunday cast in. I don't think I'll have time to do a Saturday cast, but I definitely should be able to get a Sunday cast in. And maybe a longer one too, but we'll see how that goes. If you guys are new here and you enjoyed hanging out with me, going through this case and like all of the weird twisty bullshit that happened with this case, and want to come back and see where the fuck that next case is even going to go, do me a kindness. Hit the follow button that's right under there underneath my name. They'll let you know when the cast is going to go live. You can also follow me on Twitter. Twitter is linked down below. I usually tweet out when I'm doing cast, if I'm doing something specific during the day, or if I'm doing like off-schedule cast like the one on Sunday I'm talking about. I'll probably tweet about that a couple times. Or if I've just got random fucking thoughts rolling through my head. Any of that, you can find it all on Twitter. You can also check out my YouTube channel, which is linked down below for old VODs. I will be putting this VOD up pretty much as soon as I can. Probably sometime tomorrow. And then I will have everything for that together. But YouTube also has VODs of stuff that's way back. Like all the way back to the first like major game that I played on Twitch, which I think was Dark Souls. I think it was Dark Souls. But yeah. If you want to go watch old VODs, if you want to catch up on parts that aren't on Twitch anymore, YouTube is your best way to do that. I think I know where we're going to go today. Assuming he's still streaming and didn't have any more internet problems, then I know where we're going today. I just had to make sure he's still live and everything. And also not on a goddamn break. Let's see if I can get this before it. Okay, it's already muted, so I don't have to worry about that. If he's not on a break. Cool! Alright, here's where we're going. Alright, we're going to go hang out in Mr. Trevelyan's channel. He's another local area Atlanta caster. He's an amazing broadcaster, really fun to watch. He's currently playing some Dark Souls 3. We're going to go check him out after this. But before we head over there, I want you to do me one kindness. I want you to have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day, whatever happens to be wherever you are at. And I will see you guys on Sunday, probably, more than likely, for some more Phoenix Wright. Later.